today. Welcome back to MMA Underground, your favorite part of Wednesday. I want half the dynamic duo known as Buddy V with the one and only
Sam K. And shit, man, we got two phenomenal guests in the building as always. You may know him as the former Streetbeefs heavyweight champion Doughboy, but he is now going by McPeek. We have him in the building all the way from the West Coast.
Yeah, hey, what's up?
And all the way from Streetbeef Scrapyard. You've seen him. He went up against another mustache. We have the one, the only, Baylor BBC in the building. How y'all feeling? How y'all doing?
Doing good, doing good. Happy to be here.
All right, it's gonna be a fun show tonight. Because not only we have two killer guests, but tonight, as promised, it's been a bit busy, but I made sure to have some giveaway stuff. So later today, during the giveaway time, you will find I have two Cardio is Key little tote bags. That way you can give, and it's cloth, not plastic, so you can actually get it dirty, wash it, do whatever you need. Put your gym shit in there without it being stinky. And you might find an MMA Underground beanie. So because you guys are our guests, you're automatically entered. Yeah.
Let's go. Let's go. And where can they can they find this? Like, how can they sign up or get a part of this?
All you gotta do is comment. Once you comment, your name gets put in the thing, and probably about like 20, 30 minutes in, we're gonna pause, pull them all out the jar, and get the winners.
Fire. Well, y'all heard it here first, man. We got a giveaway tonight.
Yeah. But man, I'm excited. We got some killer people, and Baylor BBC. Your first fight, your debut was for a Christmas event. Man, not only was it outside, you were shirtless, no rash guard, no nothing. I mean, how cold was it? And please, let the people know about that killer performance coming out, put your name in the stand and letting everyone know your name.
No, yeah, I mean, it wasn't as cold as this last month, but it was pretty close. This January was like below freezing. I think last one was around the 40s, but still, like, my feet were completely numb. I didn't feel nothing down there. But I mean, coming out shirtless and like no rash guard or nothing, it sucks, but it's all mind games. Like you come out like all jacked and stuff with like bare shirt in the freezing cold, and your opponent comes in just fully clothed. It's a little mental thing. It's all about mind games.
Facts, man. And with that, it makes me question: do you actually like train like the same way you come out to fight, or is that specifically just a mind trick?
I mean, like I haven't trained like MMA much. Like, I just got with the gym, but before that I was a big wrestler guy, and I learned a lot of mind game stuff from college. My one of the assistant coaches was like a D2 national champ or whatever, and he was like a big mind games guy, and he was one of my favorite coaches, and so like I learned a lot of that stuff from him.
Got you. And that's a perfect segue because we had on recently 619, and one of the main things I spoke to 619 about was the mind games that it seemed that he was playing with McPeek here. So McPeek, I want to get your take on what do you believe, or what did you, how did you see that as far as the mind games?
I don't know. He did a pretty good job, in my opinion. But I'm not really like too much of like a mentally stable guy anyway. So someone just like constantly talking shit like that along with other people was like really grade A. I'd say. I don't know.
Well, from my outside view, man, I saw you give a little bite back. You gave some pushback, and it was, at least to me, it looked as if like you were engaging as well. Like you weren't allowing that to seep in.
See, I thought it wasn't seeping in either, but it just went in like right there as soon as. I don't know. My trainer also abandoned me because he didn't think I could win this fight. So like,
Wow.
that's why I was there by myself with just my chick. So fucking, I don't know. No one thought I could actually win the fight. So it also kind of like hurt a little bit.
I mean, shoot, I had some faith. You never know. I've seen some crazy upsets happen. You never know what. All it takes is one punch. Anything can happen in a fight. I mean, you never know, man.
Facts.
But man, I was gonna say, leading up to these fights, it's a lot of different things can take different stances and whatnot. And I was actually kind of curious because Baylor BBC, you being a little bit more like looking kind of jacked, like you said, you wrestled. I was actually going to ask if before your fight, if you were doing any weight training or if you have consistent weight training and stuff, because I know wrestlers have cardio. But just, I mean, seeing some of those single leg and double leg takedowns and even some of the standing guillotines that were trying to get intact and you just kept moving. I was like, damn, do you lift weights? I mean,
Oh yeah. I'm a big weightlifter. Ever since high school. I mean, yeah. I mean, I wrestle better and I fight better when I feel strong. Like it doesn't even have to be like super functional, but as long as I just feel it, it's just like a mental edge. Like I feel like I'm more confident in myself when I at least feel kind of bigger and stronger. So, yeah.
Yeah, man. You were relentless with the takedowns. Was that against Horn, the second fight?
I think so. Yeah. I mean, the first fight ended kind of quickly, but that one I took him down too. But yeah, the one against Horn, yeah, I think I took him down early in all 3 rounds and
Every round.
yeah.
And he's a pretty good wrestler, jiu-jitsu guy himself. So,
Yeah.
that showed, your skill, your experience.
Oh yeah. No, I mean, I was talking to Flex, who's one of the kind of bigger guys down there at Scrapyard, and we were talking. I was saying like, yeah, I mean, anybody here, like, they can be good at whatever, but none of them are beating my wrestling. Like, my wrestling is one thing that I'll always have an up on everybody, and that's something that I can always rely on.
Hell yeah. And it's wrestling really builds some kind of mentality too, because it's it has wins and losses and everything in between. And I was gonna actually ask you McPeek, because with you just had a loss, and I was actually gonna say I personally had a win and then turned around my title defense. I lost first round from a rear naked. I was like, fuck, I was real mad and stuff. And I started thinking and reevaluating a couple things, and you had a name change. I was curious, was there going to be a change in some of the style that you do? Are you going to maybe try to change up some of the people that you train with, or anything coming up that you're going to kind of change a 180? I don't know.
I kind of changed my name to McPeek because I figured it was time for a name change because I'm not Doughboy anymore. So I figured I'd choose like something close to my family. So I chose McPeek, my name. But
I like that.
I'd like to I'm going to try and come back 10 times as better. I'm going to try and like change up my style completely and drop down a bit in weight even further. But it's super freaking hard because the only way that I lose weight is if I don't like eat basically anything. It's like very few things I can eat.
Hey, man, well, give yourself some credit, bro, because you've made a hell of a transformation since your very first fight. I've been calling you Bread Man for a while now, because I noticed the difference, but with the name change and also with the mental change, what does McPeek bring to the game that Doughboy didn't?
That's what we're going to find out in my next fight. I can't answer that now.
All right, fair enough.
I feel like, I don't know. We're just gonna have to see. Only time will tell that.
Well, you got motivation, you know. Lean on that. And you've always had the skill. You know what I'm saying? You've always had the skill for a while now. So it's really just fortifying that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's all it is. Because you got it.
I'm just now starting to realize that.
The same thing that took place in your last fight, you're capable of doing that to another fighter. Anybody can break, mentally, physically, spiritually. All of that can be done. Just like you train to hit the bag, you train those other aspects. You'll be able to do those things as well if you choose. Some fighters don't feel the need to do that, but to be armed and be aware and be capable, you got it, bro.
Thank you.
Hell yeah. And
I have a new trainer now, by the way. I would like to add to this because I dropped my last trainer. So we're gonna see how that plays out this next month. Because I'm trying to fight on March 29th.
Yeah.
Shout out Free Smoke, man. He's over here saying he'll help out too with some nutrition shit. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about.
He's been on his nutritional journey as well, so he can definitely hit you with the science behind everything.
Shout out Free Smoke. Wins, losses, everything in between. The man's traveled the world. He's a badass, certified, stamped, and signed. But since we're talking about mental things and mentality, I was curious. Baylor BBC, in your fight versus the Horn, I personally have gotten hit once in the nuts, and I was done. It wasn't in a fight; it was in training. You got hit, kind of hard, and you were able to continue going. Not only continue going, but I felt like it was unfazed. I felt like I hit pause and then play, and I just continued watching a fight. I felt like nothing affected you. What did it affect you at all, or I mean?
Well, it's kind of funny because, I mean, I wasn't wearing a cup, and the ref asked me. He was like, I'm squatting down, like kind of taking a minute, and the ref comes up. He's like, "You wearing a cup? You wearing a cup?" And I'm like, "Yeah," but yeah, no, it was. I mean, he didn't like. It wasn't like that bad. I've gotten hit way worse. It was just like it kind of like pinched the dick, and so. But if anything, it's just a good kind of breather. Just kind of catch your breath. So it was nice. It was an extra long break in between rounds.
Followed by another hell of a takedown. Boom.
Oh yeah.
I was saying only one nut shot ever that really hurt. There's some good ones that were like ooh moments, but the only one I felt bad was I think a gentleman. It was like 4 or 5 months ago. I got kicked so hard with it was like a back kick or something, and the heel hit and knocked one up in his body, and they had to push it back down.
Whoa!
I was there after the event, hearing him, and he was like, "No, I don't want to go to the doctor." They're like, "Are you sure you want to do this? It's gonna be painful, but you won't have a bill and you'll be fine." And I walked right out, and I was like, "Just stand over here."
Yeah, that's nasty.
Yeah.
Well, I know we got real quick. Let's draw one quick name real quick. Let's see who's going to get the very first cardio is key drawstring bag. I got a name right here. Who do we got? Whoa,
Who we got?
We got Bushido Zed.
Well, let's go then.
He was in the chat. All
Let's
right,
go.
Bushido. All right, I'll hit you up later. Bam.
Hey.
All right. So,
Hey, you can't have the bag without having the shirt. I'm just saying, you guys interested in a Cardio is Key shirt, you guys can all check them out at zwellworld.com. All types of incredible merch. That's zwellworld.com. All types of incredible merch. You know what I'm saying?
Heck yeah, living proof you can always get punched in the face and get back up.
Facts.
Now, this is a fun one I'm kind of curious about because we have different people on here, different tastes, and I always so often like to switch up what I listen to when I train. And so I know I haven't asked about music in a little while on some of the shows. So I was going to ask if you had a few artists, a genre, or even a few songs that, you're going to put on, heck yeah, and you're getting ready to train or something that you just want to go, to, what are going to be a few that you choose? So, add to the playlist. Baylor?
Left Hand, Right Hand by NBA Youngboy.
Oh, yeah.
I would never have guessed. Okay.
And that's just because of UFC 3, might I add. Because that song was like a main song in there, so it like turned into something I trained to.
Gotcha.
Yeah, for me, my fight training music a little different than my actual like workout music taste, but what I listen to when I'm like trying to get in like the mood for fighting is I'll listen to like Russian gangster rap, like old like Russian mafia music and shit. Like it goes hard and it's kind of like that mentality thing, but it's pretty dope.
Dang,
I fucks with it.
You have to be like, your mouth is tough just to speak the Russian language. So I can't imagine how tough your mentality is after hearing that kind of shit. You probably eat a box of nails with no milk.
Yeah.
So you know the language, or are you just catching the vibe?
Oh no, I don't know the language at all.
Yeah, you just fucking with the vibe.
Yeah.
Okay. Hey, I dig it, man. So, Doughboy, I'm sorry, McPeek.
It's all good.
There was talks about a comeback match with you versus Scorpio. We got Free Smoke here in the chat, the matchmaker. Matter of fact, this would be at the hot box, so actually it wouldn't even be under Smoke, it'd be under Wedo. I'm pretty sure that is that confirmed? What's going on with you versus Scorpio? I've been seeing that in the
I
air.
don't know. I hit up Wedo and told him I'd love to fight Scorpio at the hot box, and he said sign up and whatnot, so I signed up, and
Okay.
we'll see what happens if he shows up or whatnot.
Have we heard from Scorpio? Because I believe he missed the last event.
Yeah.
Surprised he's not in the chat right now.
I thought I saw him earlier.
I thought he like pulled out for something like early on, because I thought he was supposed to fight, right?
He was supposed to. I'm not sure what the reasons or situation was, but he definitely was supposed to.
I saw he signed up for the event and freaking posted like a little meme at the bottom of my thing.
Yeah, I've been seeing a little trolling from his end to your end, so that's why I was curious. Like, are we doing this or what? Because this will be a good matchup, I think, for both of you.
I mean, I would really like that fight. Freaking a couple months ago, well, like I don't know. I should have fought him before I freaking fought 619. I think, because they gave me the option to fight him at the event that 619 didn't want to show up to. Freaking.
Mm-hmm.
But I said I didn't want to, so I should have fought him. I think it would be a really good matchup.
Yeah. If Scorpio can come in, that's a classic, Apex. If Scorpio can come in confidently, I think that would be a good match. I guess the theme of tonight has been somewhat on the mental aspect, and yeah. If both you guys come in mentally stable, solid, ready to rock, that's a firefight.
I started to reach out and get some help personally, so I feel a whole lot better. Otherwise, I probably wouldn't have even came on tonight, because like, I don't know, I have good friends and I've been fucking acting dumb for the like past few weeks, so I don't know. I'm finally right in my head, in my opinion.
Hey, bro. Well, thank you for sharing that, bro. Because a lot of times we like to put on the mask that we're untouchable, invincible, we're fighters, we're warriors, which we are, but we're humans too. We deal with shit just like everybody else. Shit, myself, I've been in therapy for the past 2 years. No shame in it. You know what I'm saying? Ultimately, you want to be a better fighter, but you want to be a better person. You know what I'm saying? What's the point in being just a better fighter and being a shitty human being? You know what I mean? Or maybe you're not even a shitty human being. Maybe you've just been dealing with issues unresolved, you know?
Yeah, it all comes out in the various ways. And I remember after my loss that evening, I remember I had people come out for that night fight for my defense, my title defense, and my mom only fight my mom's ever seen too. I'm so mad. The only fucking fight she watched. And yeah, after I lost that, and it was brutal, and it was like I felt embarrassed and stuff. I remember I don't think I talked to anybody for a month. Like I turned my phone off, like everything was damn near just shut off, and I was just like, I don't know. It's weird because it's like people forget the emotions, the adrenaline, and everything that hits at once too. It's a lot more than just what you see on a screen. It's a lot more than everything else. And sometimes getting hit in the head just doesn't kind of intensify that. And you know, we gotta make sure we take care of ourselves in and outside the ring. But I was gonna say, you know, I'm kind of curious because there's a lot of opportunities that come from this. And, you know, I know before when we had you, we talked a little bit to you, McPeek, about kind of some future plans a little bit. I was kind of curious because Baylor BBC, we saw you come on the scene. We saw you, you know, make a bit of a wave so far. Did you just kind of want to do it to test yourself? Do you think you might take this and go to the next level? Are you possibly looking to do, you know, some professional, some BKFC or, you know?
Uh, honestly, I don't even know. I mean, I originally came out here, yeah, to kind of test to see where I'm at, but I don't know. It's kind of fun, and I want to see if I can stick around a little bit and kind of establish myself here, and then see about taking it more into like kind of more sanctioned amateur world, and then see if I can go professional. I mean, if I do, I do. If not, then not. But it'd be a hell of a kind of journey to just see what I can do.
And you're how old?
I'm 19.
I knew you look young. Hold on. What?
Yep.
Yeah.
That's why
I
I
was
was
19,
so impressed with. Go ahead, buddy.
I said when I was 19, my mustache wasn't like that.
Hey, that's why I was impressed with his fight against the Horn. You know, the Horn was like 32, 33. You know, on paper, Horn has the experience over Baylor, and it didn't look like that in the actual fight. Baylor just was, like I said, relentless. You know, so yeah, man, you got a lot of potential, man. I wanted to know, how did you hear or find out about Scrapyard, and why do we continue to go to Scrapyard?
I mean, for me, I don't even remember. I think I came across like the original branch like a few years ago on YouTube, and then like I think Scrapyard kind of would get mixed into the algorithm a little bit, and then I think I just kind of like over time you kind of learn more about them, and then like you kind of get into, then you start getting into MMA more. It's like I was wrestling, and then I'd learn more about MMA, and then I'd be like, oh, I want to try MMA, and then like you see Scrapyard, and like this is like a perfect opportunity to like go and kind of like a low stakes way to kind of test your abilities, you know.
And you said I heard you in your last fight, you mentioned something about a title. So what are your thoughts on that for the people who don't know? Let's talk about that.
Yeah, I think I texted Steve on Facebook a little bit before the last month's fight, something about that, and he was like, yeah, I get a few more fights in, we'll give you a shot. And that was like, I was in the middle of training and stuff, and I personally wasn't in, like, I was kind of like not in the right headspace, and I was getting mentally not there, because the reason why I do this is I don't really like try to like, I don't do it to like win. I do it like, it sounds a little corny, but I do it to bash people's faces in. Like that's what I come out here to do. And if I come out there to like win, I kind of tend to put a lot of pressure on myself. That's been with everything I compete. So I try to like mentally like try to come in with the right headspace, and I didn't come in there with it, and I was too focused on like wanting a title and whatever. And I mean, looking back, like, yeah, of course title shot would be dope, and But I mean, at the end of the day, title shot also means if you're title holder, it means you're the best guy there. And if you're the best guy there, that means you can beat everybody else. So it doesn't matter how long it takes. I mean, as long as you beat dudes up, that's what proves that you're like really the best. If that makes any sense.
That reminded me of I can't remember the movie, but there's one with like Vin Diesel, and he's like 500 fights. They're like, what? He's like, that's how many it takes to be a certified tough guy. You have to have 500 fights for your skin to turn to leather. And I was like, oh shit. Damn, I like that though. All right, man. I'm trying to think too, because I never thought about it like that, because I do kind of find it like either I'm fighting an opponent or sometimes I'm like, well, I'm just fighting myself. But just to go out and just be like, I'm gonna go out, have some fun, fight, smash some faces in. It's damn, I gotta try that. Yeah.
He makes it easier. Like he takes the pressure off of himself by doing that. And then the goal, you can reach your goal because once you see the blood, it's like, yeah, I've done it. So McPeek, I wanted to get your take on your last fight. Just walk us through that fight. What took place, what you were thinking and going through at the time. We got 619's take on everything, but we want to get your take on that.
I don't know. Watching the video, I just shouldn't have quit. But in the moment, I thought I shouldn't have. I didn't deserve to be there. Because, I don't know. Oh, no, I just kind of let him hit me there at the end. Because I had an option in my head to start moving my head. And I just decided to fucking scream at him. And then I ended up screaming at you because, like, I didn't realize that I was taking that many punches. And, like, he, like, disappeared because my vision went black. And I was just standing there. And then all of a sudden, you were there and I was yelling at you. So it, like, scared me.
Well, let me set it up a little more proper. Doughboy came out the gate throwing heat. Excuse me. Well, yeah, you were Doughboy then. Doughboy came out the gate throwing heat. And it looked to be as if you were throwing them haymakers, trying to get them out there. And we heard 619 say something like, it's 5 rounds, Doughboy, and then, like you said, there was a point in which you let him hit you, and I was aware, I'm aware that you're not in true pain. You're not hurt, but you're standing there, you yell at him and then you let him tee off on you. I can't just let that happen, and then I see like one of the last 2 shots seem pretty effective, so I get in there and do my job. I was in shock because you made the decision to step out the ring, and call it. And I'm like, whoa, wait, no. the Doughboy fan in me is like, well, huh? And I know you're not hurt physically, yeah, man. What was it in that moment?
I guess it was just fear. I don't know. That's what I think it was. I don't know. I started like, I don't know. I had that moment where I started hearing my, like, what I like to think is like my survival instincts in the back of my head saying that you need to get out of here or you're going to die. So, I don't know. And it was scaring me. So, I just like had to get out of there in that moment.
Hey, I get you, man.
Looking at it now, I should not have done that. I should have just stayed there and seen where it went.
Absolutely. But we are a family all here at Street Beefs too. And you have people that, care about you as soon as you step out that cage as well. So I mean,
Of
we
which I'd like to
respect you as a fighter,
apologize.
but as
So something I would like to say. I'm sorry for interrupting. I know I like freaked out on people like exiting the ring, and I'd like to apologize for that. So like, I don't know. I'd like to like. I'm very serious. I'm very sorry to like Free Smoke. I'm sorry to like. I don't remember who it was.
What happened? You went out for a second. You don't remember what?
But I don't remember who it was. But there was someone there that was trying to like grab my arms, and like I like freaked out on him because I like didn't want to be held or touched at that moment. Like I don't know who it was, but I'd like to apologize to that person. But I'd also like to apologize to like you, like all of you guys, really, because like I felt like I freaked out on everyone because like I was in an emotional state, and I'm very sorry.
It's all good, brother. You were under a lot of pressure. For those who don't know, we had a couple celebrities there as well who were practically there in 619's corner, egging on everything. It was a huge title defense. It was a huge stage. It was a huge moment, and nobody truly knows how they would react until they're in those shoes, So, man, the way I see it, it's an opportunity to look at it and learn and grow from, and you have the opportunity to do better and learn from it. Simply put.
exactly. The way I learned is that the losses only affect the ego. When you learn to kind of push the ego aside, it's like who's it really hurt? There's no foul feelings, no animosity, no anything. It's just the ego is the hardest blow, and it's like, fuck. But hey, reminds us we're all human, right? The ups and the downs. You have to feel the downs, and you appreciate the highs and everything in between.
And many of the greats and legends have losses on their records. Many of the legends have lost their titles. And guess what? They're still legends. They're still great fighters. It's just a part of being a fighter, part of being a human. We all gonna take a L at some point in life, So, but more so than anything, if there's nothing you absorb, bro, we still love you, bro. Like nothing's changed. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't let the negative comments seep in. You know what I mean? You still have support. We watched you from the beginning. You know what I'm saying? You're one of the very few people. You fought one of my teammates, bro. And I don't befriend people who fight my teammates. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's usually like F you for life, just off of principle. But you know what I'm saying? Like, I done had you on the show a few times. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Oh yeah.
we still love you, bro. It's all good.
Thank you.
Yeah, I was say if you guys are ready, we gotta get a couple more real quick. We got a couple more real quick. Let's see who's this one right here. Oh, Apex Underdog. I saw you in the
Yeah.
chat earlier. You are the winner of an MMA Underground hoodie. Bam. Hey, I got one more right here for you guys for the other cardio is key. Whatchamacallit thing. Ryan. Is Ryan still in the chats too? Ryan, you still in there? Or can you see it? There you go. You're in the chat. If you're in the chat. And then I got one more beanie we'll draw for in a minute. But,
hey, Ryan deserved that for sure.
Heck yeah. So I was curious, okay, because one thing we've seen what people do is we've seen people switch styles. Now, Baylor, BBC, you've talked about how you have a wrestling background, so you're really interested in doing MMA. What my curiosity is, would you ever step out and maybe just do strictly boxing or strictly kickboxing? Because I know some people have, branched out to try to solidify their hands a little more.
Excuse me. Yeah, I mean, I'd be down for whatever. I just know like MMA is kind of like it's more fun for me to do MMA, but like I love boxing. I've been a fan of boxing for a long time. Like I think I think I almost did a boxing fight last month. Because I had 2 fights last month, and I almost did another boxing one. It's just like I'll fight whoever like wants to fight. So it's yeah. I mean, I'd prefer to do MMA, but if like somebody wants to box, or if I have an opportunity to box, I'd for sure not turn that down.
You know, it'd be interesting with your wrestling skill to see you in one of those BJJ matches at Scrapyard.
Oh yeah,
That would be nice.
yeah, I'd do those too. Again, it's like if somebody wants to roll, I'll for sure. I'd go with a freaking heavyweight if they needed somebody. I don't care.
I think that BJJ match. I feel like you'd be cool to see what's his name, Nordic Uso. He was a cool one. I remember he almost got pop-ups or something, but he's kind of lengthy, and you're more stocky. That'd be cool to see. Dang.
Uso, Fire Chicken, fucking Pappas, King Kai. You know what I'm saying? Those are some good grappling matchups.
That'd be killer. Dang. All right. I like that. And it's kind of interesting too because with these different styles, you also have the option to go to different yards, and the West Coast has McPeek can tell he's fighting some sand. He's got a little bit of fun. They got different stages, it's unlockable, and now Soundcake can let you know they got mats too. So I mean, would you ever travel there, the OG yard, Baylor?
Oh, me? Oh, sorry. Yeah, I mean, I may be moving to like LA area here in like a few months, so possibly you guys might see a transfer from Scrapyard to the West Coast.
Hey, that'd be dope, man. Have you seen any of our fighters, any of our fights?
I've seen a few of your fights. I don't remember anybody that would be like close to around my weight. I think you guys got a lot of boxing matches down there, right? Like a little bit more than MMA. So I've seen a lot of your boxing matches. I've seen a few MMA, but again, I haven't seen a lot of guys around my weight. But
you're what, 180?
170, 180, yeah.
170, 180. If Free Smoke's in the chat, he would know. I'm trying to see. I don't think Black Flash fights with us anymore, but you and Black Flash would be a good fight.
Wait, so the current MMA champion over here would be 93 Being, right? In your weight class, I think.
Oh, it's Scrapyard, yeah. He just beat King Kai, yeah.
170 to 180. Smoke. 170 to 180.
I think that's the 175 MMA belt. Ooh.
Yeah, I think I heard. I don't know if it's like classified or whatnot, but I think I heard that they wanted to do a rematch or whatever, like 90th and Kai. They were gonna have a rematch before.
Diesel says he liked boxing. Diesel would be a good person to look up from the West Coast. Lil Diesel. He's
solid.
Oh, he did sign up. Yeah, I think Black Flash would be a good fight for him, MMA. But Diesel would like a scrap with you in boxing, though, he said. But shit, man. Buddy mentioned earlier we got the mats now at the Smoke Ranch. Hopefully we should be getting some mats at the Hot Box location as well. But McPeek, I wanted to ask you, fighting in this past event, first time having the mats, what was your opinion of it?
I'd much rather fight in fucking dirt. No offense. It's just I'm only used to the dirt. So it was like, I don't know, it was like super weird, like for me, to finally get to fight on something like nice like that. I don't know.
Dennis is a little smaller and he's dirty south. Yeah, he's a little bit bigger for Dennis. Mimo, yeah, Mimo would be a good one. So you're saying you're actually trained or more so accustomed to the off mat
Yeah,
terrain.
like my whole like gym setup right now is all in dirt too.
Okay,
All my punching bags and like all my weight equipment is all outside.
got you. It is a difference. I used to say, a lot of times people don't train in those conditions. So when they have to fight in those conditions, they're not used to it. But if you're training in those conditions, well, you have a slight advantage come fight day because you're kind of somewhat used to it. Well, what do you think about that?
I think that all of my training, like in the dirt, like for this last fight, like as soon as I like got out of the dirt and like in the cage, like it felt like I had like no like ability to like move my feet. I know that sounds dumb because it seems like you would like have like the sand dragging you down, but like I don't know. I was getting more grip, so it was fucking with me.
Mm.
I feel
I'm
it.
used to like slipping like ever so slightly in the dirt and whatnot, and like catching myself, I guess.
You go to dig your foot and you're like, oh.
Yeah.
Dang.
Well, we gotta start if we can start training on mats or solid surfaces to be prepared for that.
Yeah. 100%.
Because look, 619 ain't rematching you in the sand or dirt. He's spoiled now. So
I don't know if 619's willing to rematch me. I'd like to wait until January of next year because I'd like to try and get in at least 5 more fights before attempting to come back for the belt.
I like that.
Smart. Get that training in. And I was kind of curious too, because we were talking about training. I was gonna say, Baylor BBC, for your fights leading up, do you train a little harder before your fight, or being a wrestler and being 19, do you just have like a constant maintain, like you just go hard every day?
I mean, yeah, I do like have like a consistent, like I train consistently, like kind of over time, but honestly, I'm a little lazy, so I don't train like as hard as I should. But when I like come like around like 2 weeks to a month before, I'll like really like amp it up, but I'll be in like decent enough shape to where I can get in pretty good shape like within a couple weeks.
Absolutely. And I'm kind of curious because I mean, in your fight, you had a real wide stance, and that's kind of like, from wrestling, that's what I do. Are you do more like, collegiate style? Or you do more freestyle or?
Yeah, more collegiate. I mean, collegiate was that was definitely more my strength. Like in high school and college was kind of folk style as opposed to freestyle. But yeah.
Heck yeah. I know there's a couple lengthy guys. I didn't like freestyle. If they got me, I was going up in the air. I'm sure you're gonna see my legs go, ooh. Oh man. And have any of you guys heard about that Viking wrestling or whatever? I forgot what it's called, but we're like, yeah, you have to like try to get the other guy and you have to try to like pin him to the ground just for a second or two. And then once it's done, you get back up. But that's the whole point, is just to pin them. And I was like, oh, okay, but it's yeah, it's interesting. I was like, oh shit.
I've not seen anything like that.
Hey, you win the game, or you just point based off a pin.
Yeah, it's like a point pretty much like based off the pins, and it's like it's not like your basic wrestling like that. It's pretty much like grappling, just trying to get them down almost however you can, and no hitting or nothing, but it's pretty cool. It was almost like wrestling, but it had some different variations and rules, which was it was cool to see though.
Never seen it. I'll look into it though. Doughboy, would McPeek, would will we ever see you branch out of boxing, especially now with the mats?
So I'll let you in on a secret. So I have been training in Muay Thai on the side for the past couple of months, and I'm thinking about making a kickboxing like debut here soon, but I don't know. Freaking, I gotta I gotta get to where I feel confident enough to go in there kicking and defending kicks.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Or you could get 619, our weakest kickboxer. You could rematch 619 in kickboxing.
I don't know about all that. I'll
I'm
probably
joking.
Kick him
I'm
knocked
joking.
down.
out that time.
Man,
Yeah.
like trees are meant to be chopped.
Hey, but that'd be dope to see, man. That would be dope to see. Especially, you know what? I just had a thought. You and Scorpio kickboxing would make that fight that much better. See, look, we got Scorp right there. That would make that fight
Oh,
a lot more even, I think.
there was some peak more time this summer. I think, yeah, we gotta have that. For the people, for the people.
Oh, we
Oh,
got
Young and
Young and
Lavish.
Lavish. Young and Lavish is
I
interested in
wouldn't
the
do
kickboxing.
kickboxing at this event, but I'll try doing like Muay Thai net like the next event I go to after this one, because I feel like by then I'll probably be confident enough to like just go out there and not care.
Yeah. Well, that's what it's all about, man. You know, making sure that we are fully prepped and prepared for that. And you know, our confidence is where it needs to be, and you know, we're able to go handle business.
Oh yeah.
Hell yeah. Man, now see, I'm having lots of fun, and I'm gonna have another question in 2 seconds, but this is a part of the show where I have to end up being this bad guy and get close to having to wrap up the show soon. Because, we all have different time zones and we gotta have fun for the night. But we're not quite done yet. So, not yet. But I was gonna ask Samke, before we start wrapping up the show in a little bit, did you have any final questions you wanted to ask both of our guests?
One last question. First off, I just want to thank McPeek for coming on, you know, sharing everything with us and, you know, helping us have a great show. Final question for Baylor. The world wants to know, how did we get our name, our fight name? Well, where does that come from?
Well, so it comes like it. I got it from a football teammate in high school. It's kind of a play off of my last name. It's Black, and yeah, and I used it like I used it as like my college wrestling team had a fantasy football league that started up like before I had met anybody there, and I used that as like my fantasy football name because it was my high school football. Like they, and. Like, I think the first day of practice, they're doing roll call, and they're like, "Are you Baylor BBC?" I'm like, "Yeah." And then it like stuck, and the coach started calling me that, and yeah. And then for this, I thought that'd be kind of funny to use it here.
Honorary BBC. Now we know.
That's epic.
Diesel wants to hear it out loud. Hey, well, that's it for me, man. I appreciate you as well coming on, bro, and giving us a great show as well. And yeah, buddy, if you want to take it away.
Hell yeah, man, that was fun times. All right, Baylor, you said that if opportunities came and arose for you and everything else, that you would totally take them. So my curious question for both of you, Baylor, BBC, and McPeek, is if we are getting some top-notch sponsors coming your way, tossing you a little something, something, and all you gotta do is rep them, who are your top 3 sponsors who you're gonna take from? Yeah, I gotta hit the good one now. Yeah, something to work up to.
Man, I don't know. I mean, one of them would probably have to be, there's a pretty popular like wrestling shoes and apparel company called Rudis, and they kind of make like gear and clothes and stuff. They're pretty cool. Shoot, I don't know. Probably I don't know. I don't. Nike would probably be dope because they just got like. Nah, Under Armour would be a good one, and then probably have to be sponsored by Zwell would be my next one.
Hey, I like that. Dang, we might have to make that happen. You never know.
You're yeah. And McPeek?
Like you're
I mean, I only got one sponsor that I really want, and that'd be my work because like they all call me champ. I'm like every time I like walk into work, the security guards are all shit. The champ's here, and, like everything like that. Like to the point to where they like all the posts they make on Instagram and shit. They'll like put "Let's go champ" at the bottom and crap. Cause like me and my friends, they found out that I was a boxer, so like they all like started doing the Shannon the Cannon Briggs thing. Let's
Yeah,
go.
yeah, yeah.
champ. So like every time we see each other, it's just like everyone at work, we scream "Let's go, champ!" Cross the whole building and everything. It's pretty fun. So like I don't know. Even the like main boss that owns the company come by and be like, "Let's go, champ!" Freaking. So like I don't know. That's like the only sponsor I would want because like I'm not really wanting to box for money personally. I would just like to be a better fighter and someday actually make myself into a real fighter that can fight on a grand stage. But,
Hey, so when you make your millions, you let me borrow a little bit of money, right? You go to your boss, right, or the owner of the facility, right? Because you still work where you work at, right?
yep.
Okay, so you go to the owner, you let them know like, hey, we need a brand slash strand, a Doughboy strand. You know what I mean? Or a champion Doughboy strand. You know what I'm saying? And then, that gets popular, it takes off, you hit up Pillsbury.
Oh shit. That would be
oh
very
man.
funny.
Just saying, bro. I'm just saying, you got dough for days. Let
Hell yeah.
me borrow $100.
That's it. Uh,
No, but well, man, I had a blast so far. But before we even think about letting y'all go, we have to get your shout outs, social medias, where to find you, anything else you want to let people know or what you want to say. I'll say, Baylor, you want to go first?
Yeah, I mean, Baylor.bbc for everything, Instagram, Facebook, whatever. Yeah, I mean, Instagram's private, but if I know you, I'll accept you.
Hell yeah.
I guess for me, like my I'm not on Instagram no more, so it's just like Facebook, Brandon McPeek, or YouTube, Brandon McPeek. And I'd like to shout out, I guess, all my friends, because like I wouldn't have came on here without like my friend Ricky, for instance. So I'd like to give him a shout out. He's probably in the comments somewhere, too shy to comment. So fucking thank you to like everyone, especially you guys here.
Hell yeah, man.
Yeah, we appreciate y'all coming on, man. And like I said, giving us another fire show. And everyone watching, you guys go check out these guys' fights. And yeah, thank y'all.
It was fire. Y'all have a fun night.
You too.
Thanks for having us.
Sir.
Man, that was too much fun. And real quick, last one for that shirt I just showed you guys for the fighter and you. Let's see who's gonna get it. Oh shit! Right, he hopped off. Baylor BBC.
Oh,
Okay.
wow.
All
That's
right.
what's up.
With the. All right. Well, we have lots of fun, you guys, and we can't keep you guys all the time. And if we give you something all the time, you're gonna always expect it. So we always have these sort of things that you have to keep your eye on, some fire segments, but I don't know, Samke. What do you think? Nah, make them wait. Yeah, make him wait. We'll make you wait 1 week. You ain't got no choice because we're gonna see you next week. You gotta come back because this week we took the time for the giveaways. We had too much fun, which means you're gonna come back next week to come see some fighters to watch and Fighter 5. And I promise you it'll be beyond worth it because you're gonna get some more giveaway shit next week. Why? Because we could do that. Why? Because we love having all y'all as guests. Why? Because we appreciate every single one of y'all.
Yo,
So what do you
yo,
say, Smells?
you
Would you
guys,
like final reactions?
yeah, man. I was just gonna say, like you were just saying, with all the different merch, the giveaway today, you guys, who didn't partake in the giveaway, you guys can also go to the website, purchase any of the items that you've seen today. Again, that's zwellworld.com. You see it down there. I'm sporting some merch right now. Got the custom Zwell shirt right here. You see it, hand drawn by Buddy V. You know what I mean? I got the hoodie on. Y'all can't really see, but it's fire. You know what I'm saying? Got my name on it. You know what I'm saying? Okay, we ain't showing it, but you see
Check
where the
that out.
cardio is key is at. You know what I'm
Woo!
saying? We got the cardio
Ándale.
t-shirts. You know what I mean? Go ahead and show your love, show your support. That's what we do. That's what we're here for. First and foremost, I want to thank Buddy V. As always, we kill it every week. Jay, thank you, bro. Best producer out there in the world of YouTube. I want to thank our guests. Much, much appreciated, McPeek. Much, much appreciated, Baylor. It was great having you guys on. Once again, everyone watching, go check out these guys' fights. Phenomenal fighters. And yeah, man, thank you to Streetbeefs OG Yard, Scrapyard, West Coast, and Dirty South. We do this for y'all. Shout out to Overtime Hustling Magazine. Shout out to Heart in the Fight. And shout out to zwellworld.com. Much love to each and every one of y'all. Again, it's all about love and support. That's what we're here for. And yeah, man, that's it for me. Y'all trying to check for me, same time, same place every week.
Hell yeah! Shout out Zua. You know where to get it, where to have fun stuff, and because there are gonna be some new additions. The female page is finally gonna go up. I have all the merch over here. I've been gonna make it. I just been sitting back a little bit because it's been kind of crazy having all these things planned. But now I have the whole year planned, so you guys are gonna go crazy over this shit. We're gonna have giveaways, constant fun stuff on the show to make sure you guys want to tune in even more. On top of that, yeah, go see the new pages. I have a little synopsis. I'm Jay on Somk. I have a new sponsored fighter, Crazy Legs, that's coming out, and you never know what you
Yep.
might see on there. So thank you guys very much. I had a blast as always, and I wouldn't want to be anywhere else on a Wednesday. Oh, as we always end it, and boy, no. Thank you, Somk. Thank you, Jay. Because without you two, I wouldn't even be here. As we always end it in Jay's famous words, one world, one love.